Review activities at the exchange, and already my colleague Effiong Ekop is seated. Effiong, you heard from where me and myself and Mr. Johnson Chuku, a lot is playing out around the larger economy, and you know it's impacting. What's happening in the market?
Absolutely, the market is showing very robust activities, and for nearly 3 weeks now, investors have been cutting away huge profits, a dividend, and in some cases taking even bonuses from their investment. I think that the long waiting of about 3-4 years has actually paid off very well for many of the investors who had patience to keep their funds in the market. They have really made a kill out of their investment. So I see that annual reports of accounts of 2025 from many of the quoted companies, and again, the results of the first quarter that are trickling in, they are the one fueling investors' interest in the market. And also, we have on good authority that Nigerians in diaspora are looking back into the Nigerian market and pumping in good dollar, euro into the markets. And that's why you see stock prices, they are very, very stiff, moving, looking skyward. The market is really rebounding at a very high speed.
It's a sweet one, but what the banks now, there are still lots of complaints and all of that in regards to the bank.
The banks will always have complaints. The banks, banks are highly regulated, and you also have to pity them in the sense that the money that central bank has them to bring up to recapitalize, they have not started, deploying them into the field for any meaningful thing. And some of them, they are having huge loans, on their balance sheets. And so to survive, I think is really a very tough terrain for many of the bankers. But as we know, they always have a way of getting their acts together and even, getting away with some of the things that they do. I believe that it will not be too difficult for them to get out of any kind of difficulties that they have, because the major one has been the loan portfolios. The central bank, hitting on them. Some of them have been able to, write them off, and then they are looking forward. But we see it has even affected them.
Yes, because many talk about the dividends not being paid and all of that.
So that is internal issue because shareholders are co-owners of the businesses.
True.
So if management comes to say we don't have a dividend to give you or even bonus for now, they have to understand. After all, it is their business. If you are so vexed about it, you sell your stock out of the company and move out. It is free entry, free exit. But the way the market is going, if you sell off now, when you want to come back to look, you will have to
spend
buy
more.
A lot. I'm telling you, the market, I'm beginning to get afraid that very soon, very common people will not be able to enter the market. The stock prices are really getting, very high. And there's incentive for them to get multiple levels of profit, dividend, and bonuses. The market is positioned, to do good for them.
It looks pretty good. So looking ahead, looking forward.
Looking forward, we are still going to see a market that is staying in a bullish territory for a very long time. Last year we experienced it from the month of May till about October, and then we had a slide, and then it came back. This time around, after the recapitalization, and then we are expecting the one of the insurance in July, I do not see any real thing that will stop many of the companies from, doing what they need to do, or even market regulations. They have all been streamlined. And so the entire system is just the thread. And you know what has happened? The extension of trading hours from 9 o'clock in the morning down to 4 has actually increased the pace at which we trade. And then again, T+1 that is being positioned for May 29. So the market is really in a position that is going to go haywire. And if you keep your money inside, I think I see a way that many of them will be highly rewarded.
I think it's a good way for us to leave it today, Effiong.
Yeah, that's good.
Interesting stuff. All right then.